Hey everybody, it's your man Omni, the Omni Scientist, coming to you live from outer space. Today is a day of victory, a day past days of intense struggle, where we can sit and rest comfortably in our bed and seat of knowledge. Knowledge we have gained through hard work, and I can do fun stuff, like write the code I want to write. Ambiance. Oh yes. Good evening. Good evening. I am Omni. So yesterday we played some ambient tracks. We had library ambience, ancient library. Now we have royal library. Somehow there's rain and a thunderstorm going on in the royal library. I don't know, a royal library sounded different than an ancient library, but I guess it does. How many views does this have? Okay. I gotta get into the ambient sound making business. Well, everybody, quick recap. Yesterday we learned how to do Altamap a little bit. It's our first foray into reverse engineering code. That's straight away from our typical value-oriented code finding, as in code attached to changes in values. No, nay, we showed the world we can find code that does not depend on finding other values that change. We can find anything we want. So, at the end of the stream yesterday, there's some technical stuff. What we found yesterday, we had to find the code that executed when we blocked an attack. And in the end, we found something that was kind of okay. What it really was tied into animations, though, you could tell. And led to a lot of false positives and not in some, what's the opposite of false positives? True negatives? Blah, 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 blah. Because we had to deal with a bunch of different animations that might have triggered it. But, Ayacha, Manny, yes, thank you so much for being here. Off stream, though, I did it again a little bit, and we have found the black code. The code. I shouldn't shout in the microphone. You can hear me. Like code that goes off before any animation goes off. It only seems to go off for blocks. Not only perfect blocks, but imperfect blocks. That's when it's white versus blue. And it goes off like way before the animation. So it's like, I would assume the actual game logic code is then game determined. Oh, you blocked it. Now do all this other fancy shit. So learned a lot of stuff. I did another Altamap session, and it was obviously more productive. What did we learn, guys? I'll tell you my thoughts, my experiences first. As you all may know, it's important to have a proper test environment. The test environments yesterday were ass, in my defense. The place I wanted to go to, I think I had to like unlock to get access back to the map again. But you know, we were getting bombarded by all these crazy attacks and everything. There's this one mission in the game where you just go in there and it's just like 30 orcs who just like hit you with their fucking swords. That's the best. You know, they hit you with swords. There's no weird guys with shields or anything like that. It is thunder. We're all gonna die. We're all going to die. No, drop encoding frames fine. Drop network frames. Why? Whatever. Stopped. Stop your face. Drop network frames. And the it was bad last night. Oh no. How dare you drop network frames? I wonder what server I'm connected to. Anyway, so that's very important. Some other tips that I learned though that are great. Figured out. So one thing we do in these games when you want to do Altamap, you know, especially, where basically how the way Altamap works, it uses like Intel processor tracing, you know, which is like CPU hardware level, like tracing of instructions is how we're able to do it, I guess, with a little bit of an overhead, you know, neat. And a reason to buy Intel, I guess. So one thing that really helps though is like run the game on the lowest settings. Turn all the graphic options way down, everything on the lowest. So I did that. That probably cleared up quite a bit of complexity. Obviously there's still a ton of complexity left. We want to run everything on the lowest. Next thing I did is what was the other thing I did? Oh, I think you mentioned this the other day, or yesterday, but set the CPU affinity of the game to 1 CPU. Apparently, that allows 1 CPU to process the game, and then like the focuses the other cores on processing the data, all that stuff. Then we played with the buffer a bit, the buffer, which is like one of the only options you see in the. Hey. All right, what server am I connected to? What's this nonsense? I'm pissed off. No. Not this auto nonsense. I want to know what fucking server I'm connected to. What is this auto nonsense? Like OBS, you put in a thing where it says auto. I don't want auto. I want to connect to the server I want to fucking connect to. I don't want to fucking connect to Chicago. Fuck Chicago. Is there no way to tell like what server I'm on? It must be. I refuse to connect to Chicago. I refuse. Let's say my logs here, right? Right. It should say in the logs. Here we go. Live see twitch.tv. It doesn't tell you in the logs. Ugh. Dreadful. Whatever. You guys still there? Sirens went off. Why'd they go off? Were you attacked by aliens? Because it was that bad last night. What does that mean, Maddie? Bad? Like it was raining pigs or raining or something? Or a tornado or what? I don't know. Bats? The vampire bat invasion? I haven't been outside in like years. Tornado, oh, that sucks. Boy, do I not trust this network connection. Sorry for any network drop frames. Can't help it, I guess. I should switch the auto option. Always connect to Seattle. That's what I use. You're safe? Good to hear, Maddie. Good to hear. Good to know you're safe. Etra, yes? You guys still here? I'm just rattling off my learnings to nothing. Yes, and the buffer thing too. I found a good value for that to be 10K. Basically, if you increase that, you got more like uninterrupted time, but exponentially more processing time. I tried it at half first, and like, you had like pretty much constant gameplay then, but like, well, you had a constant like 3 seconds of gameplay and then 10 seconds of processing at one point. So I guess you want to find a good balance where like the minimum gameplay is enough to do an action. I saw 10,000 give me like around 6 seconds and all that. Other trick too. Okay, this is pissing me off. This network shit. I might kill it. This is very annoying. OBS, like, I feel like invaded. I feel like my privacy is invaded. Or something. Like, I want to know what server I'm connected to and set to auto, which is a new setting, and like it doesn't tell you what server. Like, I want to know what server I'm going to. It's probably Chicago. Evil Chicago. We don't like Chicago Twitch servers. It'll stop, I bet. The other thing was the way I did it too. So the way I got the block code is I instead of doing like what I was doing before, where I started it, then I would just like let it sit and do not executed, not executed, not executed, and then I would do it, and then I would hit executed and all that stuff. What I do is like I key bound the start ultimap to a key. Okay, and then I would be in the game. I would hit the key to start ultimap, and then I would do it right away and stop it. The key bind. Then I would say code executed. Then I would do not executed, then executed, executed. I had to do just 2 blocks, I think, and I found it. 2 blocks. Sorry, but I'm looking at my frames. Anyway, interesting, huh? Very interesting. I agree. I agree. Oh yeah, I forget what I do with these kind of games. Does this game have like a stupid soundtrack or something? Oh. My bad. Does this not have a fucking soundtrack? To deal with the alt tabby dabby? No. Guys, sorry, I'm very sensitive to like early stream frame drops. Kind of irritated here. Again, because of the auto connection. At least I can rest assured that it's not me though. Okay. What's up? So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I found some great code. So we'll be able to redo our, because I don't like traps, because like I don't like talking and then like stuff I say can just disappear. No, I didn't do that, no. I didn't touch that shit. Big things were set CPU affinity, lower the game graphics to nothing. And then I think the big thing that really worked for me was I just hotkeyed the start, and then I would do my thing I wanted right away, and then I would say it executed. And then I would start filter out from there. You do have a time limit though with Ultimap, it seems like eventually you get to a part where it just goes too slow. So you have to get what you're doing quick. Great music. Today we'll be doing a little bit of finishing up the power meter, but really it's gonna be a lot of gameplay. We're gonna have some gameplay today. That'll be very fun. I'm sorry, I can't stop. I can't stop looking at it. It's pretty fun. Looking forward to it. Yeah, opens up so many doors. Our first non-value based hack. Now that we actually have the real block code, I can do some shit with it, like, I don't know. I also wanted to add damage taken when you block. Just like a little risk reward. All that kind of stuff. I didn't implement the rest of the power meter though. There's only one little change I have to make to prevent the allies from using my own power meter, so. I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you. So that's great. I was very relieved to find it, very happy to find it. There's also other functions that I just like picked a random function in the results set and like it worked great. There's only one additional thing I had to do was some register filtering in that function, which also goes to show that like in all those functions that were like logged by Ultimap, I mean, I still am not too sure about the call counts in Ultimap. I'm not too sure, but they seem like accurate, but in a weird way. But this function right here with the correct register filter only does your blocks then. Otherwise, they'll do like orc attacks and all that stuff. But with just one filter, fucking blocks work. So that's great. And just blocks, perfect and imperfect, which is dope. Which is what you get when you don't rely on the animation, you know? It's just funny to see how like how far before the animation the actual block code goes off, but that makes sense, I guess, doesn't it? Okay, good. Is it going up yet again? So it's pretty neat. I mean, I hacked the fuck out of this game. There's so many firsts this game in terms of my hacking. This is the first game actually we used random number generation, really. We started with we started with Borderlands 3, but then like we just barely did it. It wasn't implemented any usable hack. The first random number generation for hacks was in here, so random number generation assembly. The first time I figured out how to make a common function in assembly, like I don't know how to do that, like, you know, like a helper function, just like pretty basic and anything, like, I don't know, because it's weird. But we got FlexNet in this, a innovative new health damage system. That I guess started in Resident Evil 3, but we moved over here and it's become its baby. So it's pretty neat. We're gonna be seeing that in a lot of the games I play from now on this Omni-Apocalypse system, for sure. Yeah, so that's nice. What else? Hopefully this game will give me 1,000 deaths. It's been a bit. I'm gonna do this. This is being a bit bitchy. Let's lower this a bit. No, not 65,000, dude. All right. Good. So, thoughts? How's life? Yes. What's new with you, Etcha? What's new with you guys? Etcha, you in school or some shit? Yes. You're a web dev dude. Maddie, you didn't die from a tornado. Great to hear. You know, I was thinking, I mean, I used to do web stuff, but like I've done a lot of other not web stuff for a while. But I probably want to make a web app for my stats eventually. Probably makes the most sense when you have a browser source. So I'm gonna have to dust off my shoulders. Do the web stuff. I mean, it makes the most sense. Then I can just have like, you know, everything different colors and, you know, text files. Like, if you want to do that, you have to have like a bunch of text files. Just pain in the ass. You know, for years about to be released. I don't know how many products I've worked on. Yes, I've worked on more than a few products for a while, and like, I've never been around when the actual releases happen. My current job. Unless I get, you know, as things go bad, should be around when this release happens. You know, first release, new software. Back to uni with online classes, but yesterday made a tool and rest. Oh yeah? To monitor. Am I connected to fucking Chicago, man? Is this stream coming in through fine, guys? I'm just curious. Just allay my fears here. Should I be concerned? That's pretty cool, man. I don't know much about Rust. You're talking about it. What are you modifying from Yakuza? Hasn't dropped it on a while. Yeah, I was doing a little bit in a while, and now it's very, very tiny amount. I'm fucking connected to Chicago. It has to be fucking Chicago we're connected to. You know what? I think I'm going to be smooth for you. Let me tell you, if it hits 3,000, I'm killing the stream, and I'm setting it to Seattle. I'm so angry OBS changed it to auto. Like, I want to stay in my Seattle. Seattle is like perfect. Best Twitch server. I mean, I'm close to Chicago, but like, shit. Nice, Etra. The aura, the color of an aura. There's auras in that game. I've barely seen that gameplay. I mean, it looks like a funny game. There's auras though. Game looks pretty funny. Let's get what are auras? This isn't even an online component, is it? We'll probably do Yakuza on time because it's like single player, right? It works. Gotta play all the single player games. I like big butts. Okay. Okay, it's like a power-up bar. I got it. One day we'll be able to hook up the Omni power meter to like an aura around my character. one day. Right now, I'll have to do with some text on the screen. Yes, operator. It's been a while. If I want to like, I'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to do some web stuff for a browser source. Didn't you make some browser sources? It's been so long since I've done any web stuff. I'm pretty sure everything I did was pretty antiquated. Well, just like it, like I have like shit going to a text file, you know, which is great, but like I want that shit styled. I want it like, you know, presented. I want some things like bigger than the other stuff, you know. Obviously, like the easiest way is gonna have a browser source or whatnot. Right. As far as OBS is concerned. Yeah, better than extension. Extensions are neat and stuff like that, but I don't like anything that requires people to have to like, I want to force the content in your face. I don't want you to be able to turn it off. Oh my god, my computer's going to sleep. 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 Okay, it's awake. It's awake. Okay. You don't like web stuff, man? I'm a very fortunate boy. I work with, you know, I don't do the web. I was able to find a job that's not web stuff. My software that I write is, it's like really engineering software that's used by like multidisciplinary engineers to solve difficult engineering problems. But mainly use it, I mean, it hooks up to these giant test rigs that cars are installed on typically. And it basically simulates, replicates recorded road data in a lab environment that's optimized. So you can, you know, you can like, if you have a new car coming out, you can like just have it running for like 6 weeks straight to simulate, you know, months worth of tear, whatnot. Basically saves them time so they can pass safety stuff and all that stuff. And we even have machines that destroy airplanes. We also have an earthquake generator. Like a machine that, I mean, it creates an earthquake in the area. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Nah, like it's .NET, WPF desktop app, MATLAB, all this stuff. Just complicated math transforms and crap. Just basically just converts it to electrical signal to power the machines. So it's a pretty sweet gig. It's just like I'm in Minnesota and like it's just a cool fucking custom engineering big company I've never heard of before. And they just like it's a cool gig. They just do like random expensive ass projects. like the machine's like millions of dollars, like each machine. I would say I probably can't. Yeah. What you use a server? I use Node-RED. I don't know. See, like, let me tell you my whole background here and all that stuff. I mean, obviously, other than like Linux shit and all that stuff like that, like I did all Microsoft stack in terms of web stuff. But I know everyone's using Node crap, so I probably should just figure it out. What's Node-RED? Is it some lightweight shit? I'll just have to learn this shit. Do it. Everyone else is doing it. Browsers aren't allowed to auto read from your disk. Oh, I remember one time, like when I was an intern. When I was an intern for this company that I ended up working on for a while, I wrote an ActiveX component in the web browser that would read from your hard drive. Those things are so crazy. Like it would fucking like have admin, and it was supposed to just. It was meant to like figure out what version they had installed of the software, and it would just fucking like, if you wanted to, you just delete the hard drive from it. It's like crazy. That shit was so insane. And it was like ActiveX. It's like, okay, to make your ActiveX a secure product, you must export these GUIDs in the registry or class IDs that indicate secure. Now it's secure. It's like, if you don't have them, we'll warn you. It's like, how's that security? You know? Yeah, I got a server back there. For a server I desperately need to update with something. I mean, no, I should work with like what's good. I mean, everything's on that Node stuff, right? No one of any, nothing uses, I don't know. I mean, with an ASP, like, what, I don't know. See, it's been a while since I even did ASP, but that can read from files and stuff. Right? What, can't read from files? Browsers aren't allowed to auto read from disk. Oh, the server, yeah, the server can do it, yeah, okay. See, I even get confused, like, what's the latest, like, ASP.NET? Like, when I did it was forms and, like, MVC came out. Now there's, like, it's very confusing. I have a Windows server here that has, like, PHP on it. And then ASP.NET's. And a very complicated little setup. Cloudflare. Yeah, I'll just do something simple. It's not too complicated. The part that is gonna kill me is I mean, not kill me, but is like the styling. So it looks okay. I mean, you don't kill me, but you know, it'll probably take the longest. Every job is fucking Angular.net. If you're .net, everything's Angular.net. I was so lucky to find this job. It's hard to find desktop/systems programming. There's just not very many jobs. So I'm gonna keep this job. I'm gonna keep it. I mean, my thing is, I just when I left my last job before that, I just wasn't in a rush to get another job, and so I was just full-time streaming. When I was a little bit bigger, and I was making okay money from it. Okay. But the, you know, I'm like, I don't want, you know, I waited until something good popped up. Anything you can do, I can do better. Everything's Angular. I don't even know Angular. What the fuck that is. We'll see what happens. People at my job, some dudes been working there for like 40, 50 years. So if all goes well, I'll never have to do web dev. I don't know. You want to get an internship on ESA? It's is that European Space Agency? Work on C++, nice. Hey man, there you go. My internship was with this small piece of shit company. Sketch-ass software company ran by people who wrote software that weren't proper developers. But eventually another guy took over. But I actually stayed with him for like 8 years. I became part owner of it. We sold it eventually. I miss that company. That was fun. I used to have an office. I used to vape in my office at work. Now I have a cubicle. Downgrade. It was like 25-year-old in an office. It's the way to go. I would just have my office closed the whole day, like listening to music, being like, "What do you want?" Come in, coding. Come in like 2 hours late every day. Blazor. How does that? Come on, I know we're all nerds here. Come on, how does that not sound like fucking weed induced? Blazor, man. Blazor. Get stoked and high. Building client web apps with C#. Oh, that's cool. See, like, all these technologies. So this is like the newest thing. Thank you for this information. So I should do Blazor or something. Or what is Blazor? Where did this even come out of? Well, what does it run on? Like WebAssembly? See, I mean, is this not ASP or something, or the fuck is this? I gotta learn .NET Core. I gotta get good with that, cause like .NET's like going away, right? So I gotta start getting good with that shit. I should like do some products in it. But what is it though? Is it Blazor? I'm sorry, is it like what server? What does it run on? It's just weird that we have ASP.NET, you know, web forms, have MVC, you have all this other stuff, then all of a sudden Blazor. I gotta look it up. That make crazy. Wrong computer. Omni, you dumb butt. Blazor, come on, this sounds like some weed smoking shit. What were they thinking? Can I Google that? Blazor Microsoft weed. Weed smoking. Come on. Yes! Look at this. Do we really want the Microsoft of marijuana? Are they talking about Blazor? Probably not. Probably not. Blaze it up, man. Oh, ASP.NET Core Blazor. Yeah, okay. All right, so is it ASP.NET Core? Create rich interactive UIs using C# instead of JavaScript. That's like the main thing. It's like insert blah 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 instead of JavaScript, instant success, right? Or 2016. I don't know. One of my favorite things I haven't done on my current job, but I used to learn like this when I was lead developer. I love aspect-oriented programming, post compilation. It kind of like makes sense. Post compilation, modifying a binary code, post sharp. That was fun. I miss that. Anyway, I gotta go. All right, well. Okay, have fun in class. Don't get too distracted by the ladies. You stud. All right, if you weren't a pro JavaScript, yeah, maybe you're a pro and it's all good. So what's they got for like JavaScript editors? I mean, like one reason why like, when I was doing it ages ago, like the JavaScript editors, I mean, you're fucking like Notepad. I mean, is it nice environments at least? I'm a humble partner, yeah, but I don't even, I don't know if I've ever fucking advertised it. I always forget. Come on. I don't have a link? What the hell are you getting here? 7,000 game dev icons? I am, but I don't know the... I don't know how to do this. Oh, I'll just do this. Wait, is it this email? I think I remember the email being all weird. Oh, come on. Why you gotta verify my fucking account? You're Humble Bundle, you're not my fucking bank. Who cares? Seriously. Oh no, I got low battery mode on, so I actually can't really look at my email. Sorry, I don't know. It's like Omni or something? Or is my Humble Bundle partner name or something? I don't know. I'm very good at this. Frame dropped? Oh, I did. Okay, fuck this. You guys give me 1 sec.